Welcome. Welcome to the river of your life. We're always this water, and we're always flowing downstream, right? And even when we're going down, we're going up. Even when we come to a bend, the water is always moving forwards. It is a lot like us. Even when we find ourselves in resistance, just like you can see this water here doing when it hits these rocks, these sticks, these things that life has just kind of put in the way, no matter what, the water is always moving forwards, and even when it's resisting and hitting these rocks and kind of splashing in different directions, even still in that, we come to a place of resistance a lot of times in our lives. And what this resistance is when we are kind of, in a sense, splashing, right? When we're just kind of hitting all these things that are here, and we can really torture ourselves and hold ourselves back and use this kind of emotion that we have to build a dam, right? To build a story of the way that things are and the way that things are always going to be, no matter what direction the water goes. We hold on to these rocks, we hold on to these problems, right? And we think that they're happening to us. But to think that it's happening to us would be to think that it was something outside of what we are, when in truth, we really are it. So, how is it a problem if it's a part of us? Because we are not a problem, we just simply are. Just like the water, just like the rocks. Yes, the rocks are not the water, but they're all kind of this natural source energy. Nobody put these rocks here to mess with the water. The rocks are just here because they are, and it's part of the experience of what makes a stream, and this kind of direction. And the water, it will kind of erode the earth, right? It can kind of create this path that it starts taking down, and we do the same thing as humans with our consciousness, but we are no different from the water. We are no different at all, and neither are the problems of our life that are these rocks that we start to build dams with. We can get so caught up in wondering when we should go with the flow or when we should resist. And in truth, there is really no difference in any of it because we are always going with the flow of life, whether we're crashing into these rocks, whether these sticks are collecting and building this dam. There's always a flow and it's always moving forwards. Do you see this water turning around and going backwards? No. The water just goes, and so do we. Yes, we can physically turn ourselves in a different direction and walk forwards like I'm doing right now, but we are never going backwards. Because for us, the stream that makes up our consciousness and our existence, our stream is this concept of time. And it is linear to us, right? And it's linear in the sense of the water going from point A to point B, right? So that's linear. But when you come to this understanding of what it all is, and what it all is that it just is, when we stop giving it this meaning, when we stop holding onto these rocks and looking at them as problems that are happening, things that are happening to us, we see that they're happening for us because they are us and we are happening for ourselves. That is what we're here for. We're just here to happen, just to be in it, just to feel it, just to feel what it's like to be a river, to just be part of everything around us, to just feel that sensational beauty for what it is, and to crash in the rock because we can. Because this emotion, this water, this force that we're building when we start going downhill really fast, and when we're going downhill really fast as a stream, it's because we've built this momentum of who we are, and so we start getting really excited, we start going faster, and that's when we crash against these rocks really hard. So, if the stream was completely still, if it didn't have this kind of momentum to it, there would be no crashing into the rocks. We would just be part of that. The water would form around the rock, and that would just be the way it is, the way that we are. And the thing is that there's nothing that we have to change. Because you see how how damn huge these rocks are? I can't just reach in and pick out these rocks and toss them out. It doesn't work that way. I am a stream. You are a stream, and we're always flowing forwards, and over this concept of time, the water will start to change the rocks. It will start to change the formation of them. That is the way of life. We are changing the formation of these rocks that are placed in our stream. That we are the rocks, we are the stream, and we put it all there for ourselves. We are this momentum, constantly moving forwards, whether we know it or not. And so we don't need to worry. When you have a problem, just have the problem. When you have a feeling, just feel the feeling. We're just happening. We're just water. These are just rocks. It's just happening. There's nothing to grab onto. There's no dam that needs to be built. Because when you build a dam, you're stopping the flow of the water, and what we came here to do was to flow, and to be this water, and to experience all of the rocks. Life is great. Yeah, it is. It is. There's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of logs. There's a lot of things that can happen to us that just kind of fall into our water and just kind of shake us up. It just stirs the pond a little bit, right? But that's where life takes place. When we block up the water, we start to gain this kind of bacteria, this kind of mold. So all the mosquitoes start laying eggs. When we are let me see if I can get it. This flow right here that you see right there, that kind of flow where it just kind of gets all like frothy like that. That's the source energy that we are taking place. That's just raw power just being created out of itself. It's infinite. Nothing bad can grow in infinity. Nothing will. If we just be the flow that we are, and we don't have to worry about trying to resist things or trying to decide when it's time to go with the flow, we just be in this moment now. Just like the water's doing. Just like the water's doing. The water doesn't question itself, it just goes. It just goes. And so we should just go to, like this river, like any stream, like any waterfall, like any pond, we are just a symptom of this energy. We're just a symptom of it, just trying to contemplate ourselves. And the contemplation is beautiful. It's part of this source energy crashing into the rocks just to experience itself, just to feel raw power coming out of nothing and everything at the same time. But when we truly look around us, when we truly just... Whoa, right? Yeah, just to give this a little bit of context, I'm in Oregon right now. I'm on a road trip. Lucky me. No matter where we are, what's around us, life is constantly beautiful. Life is constantly happening. Even if we're not here, it's still happening. Even if the earth is not here, it's still happening. No matter what's going on, life, existent energy is still taking place. So crash into your rocks and do it with oomph. Bring some oomph into your life and just crash. Crash because we can. Flow because we can. Because we can. Well, thank you guys for watching. Just to kind of recap, because I don't really know what I'm talking about ever, usually. I'm kind of just winging it. Per use. We are just like a river. Just like a river that's just flowing. There's nothing to learn from that. There's nothing we need to take or hold on to. Let's just flow. Let's just be this river. Just be this magnificence, this energy. Because we are regardless. So, you don't even have to know. You don't even have to know that you're a river happening, that you're hitting all these rocks. You just are. So, thanks guys for watching. My videos are going to be more kind of like nature-esque like this as I stop and kind of have weird inspiration to make videos. Soon, though, I will go back to super daily videos, and that might even take place now. So, thank you guys. Thanks again. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.